Better play good in this, huh?
All right, start us out with excitement and looking forward to questions.
No, just anytime you can play here, it feels great to get another win and watch this team continue to grow. That first quarter was as good as basketball as we've played. And then on the second quarter, it was on me. I wanted to try some other stuff for situational basketball that's going to come up later. And I thought we got a little sloppy on the defensive end, and give credit to Jackson State. You know, I told their coach I have a lot of respect for her. I have a lot of respect for their program. There'll be some great film for my other players to watch, how hard Jackson State played despite the score. And because of that effort, I told the coach I hope she can keep that group together, because it wouldn't surprise me if they make a run and win their conference. But again, for us to play here at home and do a lot of great things, and again, there's some things I can't wait to show on film where we clean up the offense. We got another level we can get to, and that's the beauty of this game. Thanks.
Sam, it seems like in years past there's been, offensively, there's been times where the offense has gotten bogged down, standing around, things like that. This year it seems like there's just a lot more flow with the offense, backdoor cutting and crisp passes. Was that a focus in the offseason for y'all, and what have you seen from your team attacking that way?
That's a great awareness. I'm impressed. So every year is different, right, with today's portal. So I think I've always talked on this. I think dumb coaches stay the same. And then for me, it's, okay, here's the pieces I have where I have unique skilled bigs. So how can we showcase their talents and put them in a position where we might have lost the height, but we've got quickness, they've got shooting, but most importantly, to your point, they have passing. So we changed the offense up a little bit, and like you said, I was really glad to see a lot of movement, a lot of cutting, and playing the game the right way.
Talked about earlier this week how the offense is going to come for Treyana, and she's going to get some points. And the very first play, she hits a corner three.
Facts.
What did you just think of her performance tonight and the scoring that was there?
Yeah, if that's not karma, I don't know what is, right, Sam? Again, a kid who I want to give credit for our first 3 games was the most unselfish. You've got people who are like, my child, not that none of my kids are there, but it's human nature. Like, they should get more shots or get more playing time. That kid was just happy she got 3 shots per game, but most importantly, we were winning. And to your point, that's karma. The game rewards her for being unselfish and a great teammate, and really proud of my team finding her, because it's one thing to make one, and where I'm trying to help this team understand is once somebody makes one, can you get her another one? Then get her another one. And when you start playing like that, the Red Sea starts opening up, and to Robbie's point, you're playing the game the right way. And I thought that happened in the first quarter, and then I thought it happened later for Jayla. Jayla had one. Our team recognized that, and then she started cooking. And when you can play basketball like that, we got a chance to do something special come March.
How did it feel to have Sanaa back on the floor, and what did you think of her performance tonight?
Yeah, I thought she was awesome. She got lucky there. There was a stretch without a dead ball. She was actually supposed to be at, I think, 13 minutes or 12 and a half, and she got up to 14:28, and she had that look like, don't take me out. And I said, nope, you're coming out. Just a warrior. Shout out to her, because everything happens for a reason. I thought the first 3 games, the first time in her life she's actually had to sit the bench, where you got to remember this is player of the year coming from Howard, but she got to learn. She got to watch a team that's trying to come together, but most importantly, figure out what does she need to do to make us special. So for her to finally be able to put on that jersey and go out and do those things that she's been watching makes me a very excited coach, where our offense can continue to get better.
With Madison, we've seen her have the confidence to, not only create shots that spread the floor, but, shoot from 3 and keep trying, or shoot from mid-range. And she's not just somebody who cuts to the basket. I guess, what have you seen from her, to allow her that freedom to try and get her to grow early this season?
So I think, again, you got to remember Madison's a USA basketball kid. Right? Someone who has won a gold medal, right? She's played the highest of highs, so you don't get that opportunity playing USA basketball by just being an average kid. So she's been blessed, but it's through her hard work, Her dad, just for some of you guys who maybe don't know, he played basketball, so there's a strong bloodline there. That's why she wears the number 40. So it's just really cool to see how gifted that kid is, but also at the same time how hard she's worked for those opportunities. She was in here before shoot-around today with Coach Williams for an hour just shooting shots. And I know today the 3-ball didn't fall, but it's only a matter of time because that's a kid who no doubt will wake up tomorrow morning at 6:30 in the morning. She strives for excellence. She'll be in here shooting. I just got to make sure she doesn't burn out, right? There's a fine line between training and overtraining, and she's finding that balance. And again, that's a kid whose basketball's, no doubt still, ahead of her. There's another level for her to reach, and I can't wait to watch this journey.
You can really see the light coming on for Favor here early. I mean, it just seems like every game she gets more and more comfortable. What have you seen as far as her progression from game 1 to, game 4 now?
Yeah, I think poise and slowing down. I think we talked about this, and it's a true story. First of all, that smile, right? The joy she happened to be here, and I think the first game of the year she was throwing it over the rim. She shot probably one of the worst shots I've ever seen in my 20 years of coaching. She did a reverse layup, and I thought it was my daughter Riley. And you got to laugh about it, right? Because obviously I do some dumb stuff too, but she had a smile about it. She was like, holy smokes, I'm too excited. So let me calm down now that the excitement of this fans and wearing this uniform, and now you're just seeing a smooth operator, to your point. But I think the most impressive, like I've bragged about multiple of my kids, her greatest strength is having a nose for the ball. She's slowly starting to become the best rebounder I've ever experienced. Where some kids just go in there without a plan, she tracks the ball in the air, and she could torque her body to go get it before the other team does. And it's huge for our team for second opportunities, but most importantly on the defensive end.
You said that first quarter might have been the best stretch you've played all season. What did you just like in those minutes from your team?
Yeah, I think just the way the ball moved, how smooth we were, and then Coach Castro, this was his scout, really challenged them to be locked in on the defensive end. So when you can put in score, stop, score for the first, I think it was a 9-0 run to start the game, that's big time because most people only care about scoring, but you don't care about defense. And we're going to show them that segment because the more runs that you can make, that's what the game's about. It's a game of runs, and the team who can have the most usually wins.
Hi. I was just wondering, how do you balance adjusting new players to your program while also letting them play to their strengths?
Ooh, great. Tell me your name again.
Andy Evans.
Andy?
Yes.
Yeah, welcome. Yeah, because I don't think we've met before. Thanks for coming.
I'm with MSU Communications.
Oh, nice. Yeah, thanks for coming. So I'm sorry, repeat the question again.
How do you balance adjusting new players to your program while also letting them play to their strengths at the same time?
Yeah, so I think it's in my delivery, right, where I try to paint a picture of reality. Do we strive to want to win championships right away? Yes. Do we strive to come out and play perfect? You better believe it. But also I try to tell them it's about building step by step, that you got to give yourself grace and understand, here's my expectations, and once we reach that, let's rise it. Then once we reach it again, let's keep rising. And then you'll become a team that looks seasoned and that's been playing together. And that's what I want to give my young women a lot of credit for this first, what do we play, 5 games? 4. We're off to a great start. And then now, understanding, don't get satisfied in games. Practice is where this next level is. Stay hungry because there's no doubt we have a huge test on the road at Texas Tech, who's really good, they're a championship culture program. They have a rich history, a great fan base, and they're off to a phenomenal start as well this year. What's that? Oh.
Coach, I know you got a big win tonight, but can you just talk about the 2 players you signed yesterday in your high school signing class?
Yeah, man. Just I might feel like Favor right now. Smile of joy, because really I'm excited. First and foremost with the group I have right now. Not that I'm not excited for my past 3 years, because I'm very fortunate and thankful for this group, but the culture is really good right now. The core of the character of these young women are really good right now. And now this is where you build this thing the right way. And obviously our goal this year would be retainment. okay, and retaining this strong group that I have, but then just sprinkling without getting greedy with the right pieces to complement what we currently have. And that's what I think you've seen. You've seen, first of all, Lainey Smallwood, who was a kid that wasn't offered. We were the first Power 4 offer, and then she did exactly what we thought she would do. She blew up in the summer. Her mom's a high school coach. Her mom and dad are blue-collar, hard-working people. The kid is the dog where don't get caught up in her size, get caught up in her efforts. And our fans are going to absolutely love what she's going to bring to the table. And then we got a steal in Flores. Flores actually committed to Boston College originally, then decommitted because something just didn't seem right. We thought the world of her before she committed to Boston College, and we called her back and said, listen, no hard feelings, but let's talk again. And she was like, for real? Y'all, you haven't gave up on me? We was like, heck no. So come on down here. And then she realized, oh, my God, y'all are crazy. And I said, yes, I am crazy. All right, crazy about you, and we think you could be special. And when she's dialed in, I think if you see some of the social media clips, you got someone like Jayla Lampley who can flat out shoot it. You got Trey. We got a bunch of kids, and then now you add another shooter in both of them. It only makes our team better.
You have a full week off until this Texas Tech game, and I'm looking right now. They won tonight by 31 points against SMU.
Ooh, thanks, Sam.
What's just the kind of the plan and the preparation and points of emphasis going to be in this next week?
Yeah, we're going to find out a lot about ourselves. I think they're probably ahead of us and playing more quality opponents. So there's a toughness about them that they're going to be ready for us. So we got to have an understanding of what we always do, a scouting report defense, and be locked in and take the home energy that we had here, but twist it and understand it. We're going to have to go in on the road and play 5 versus 8. The mentality, you can't expect calls. You can't expect that, things are going to go our way. And a game like that where you have 2 postseason teams, because they went to the postseason, and I thought they did a phenomenal job in the portal, getting some good kids. I think they have an NCAA tournament team. You're looking for a heavyweight matchup here next week at their place that will be good for women's basketball.
All right. Thanks, y'all.
Thanks, everybody. Appreciate y'all.